Hey guys, and welcome to today's craft and how I made this wooden picture. So for today's craft I used two different types of the chalk paint. This is from Paint Factory. I got this from Poundland. It's £2 a tin. I wasn't too sure if I was going to use the white, and in the end I only used the peach pink and the green. I didn't use the white in the end, so depending on what colours you want to use, obviously that's what colours you'll need for this craft. You will also need some wood. I'm using some of the plant stands. These were from Poundland, £1 each, and I used two because I used 5 pieces of wood. I also used some of the pink wool from Poundland. This is 3 balls for £2. I wasn't too sure if I was going to use the white or the pink when I started, but in the end I just used the pink. You will also need 2 hooks if you're going to hang this on your wall. I am not, I'm just going to have it stood up, and then I'm using 2 hoops, different sizes. These are for cross stitch, and you can pick these up really cheap in the charity shops. You will also need some fake foliage and fake flowers. I got a mixture of these from Poundland and my local market. I've used them in other crafts, so this is just what I've got left over. And you will also need a hammer, a glue gun, a ruler, a pair of scissors, some tweezers, and a pen or a marker just to use later on. So for the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these plant stands apart. So I wanted 5 pieces of wood, and I knew that obviously I'd get 4 off one and then 1 off the other. So you want to pick off 5 pieces that haven't got any marks on, or as clean as possible that you can get. And I'm just using a hammer to do this, and it's quite easy if you just use the edge of the hammer to pull off the pieces of wood. And be careful, because obviously there are nails and staples in these, so when taking them off just make sure you're quite careful. While I'm doing this, I'll do my intro that I normally do. I just want to say a massive thank you, and I'm just so overwhelmed with the support that I've had, and everybody's been so super nice, and with the comments that they've left on Facebook and on my videos. If you're new here, I hope you like the video, and I hope you're subscribed. If you're coming back, thank you for your continued support. It's been absolutely amazing. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and as always, if you leave a comment or you ask any questions, I'll always reply. So once we've got the 5 pieces, this is when I decided what colours I was going to use. So I wanted to alternate between the green and the pink. So because I had 5 pieces, I decided to do 3 green and 2 pink. And the only reason I decided that was because I've got 2 tins of the green paint, and I've only got 1 tin of the pink, so I wanted to make sure that I used more of the green. So I'll take you outside and I'll do a quick show you where I sprayed. So I just decided that I didn't need to do the back of the wood because you're not going to be able to see that if it's hung on the wall. So you just want to make sure that you do the top and all round the edges of the piece of wood. I only used 1 coat of the chalk paint. I found that it actually covered this wood quite well. So all I did was I did 3 in green and then 2 in pink, and I let them dry for 24 hours before I stuck them together, which is the next step of the craft. So I actually spray painted them yesterday and then finished making the display today. So now it's 24 hours later and everything is dry, and I'm happy with the coverage. Like I said, I only did 1 coat, 1 coat of the green and 1 coat of the pink. And then you're just going to decide how you want to stick these together, depending on how many different colours you use. Like I said, I only used the 2 and I wanted to alternate. And all we're going to do is use some hot glue from the glue gun, and we're going to stick them together. Now, if you're going to hang this on the wall, I would suggest using either wood glue or super glue, as the glue from the glue gun isn't strong enough to hold this all together. But because I'm only placing this on a shelf, I don't need to use anything stronger. The hot glue will be fine. So I just made sure I placed quite a lot of glue along the back of the side. This is just so that it didn't ooze out the front when we pushed the two pieces of wood together. And then I just lifted it up to make sure that it didn't stick to the paper. And then you want to do exactly the same with the other pieces of wood, and then let them dry. So I'll speed up the video while you see me do the rest of that. So you just want to make sure that you press them down and they're nice and secure and flat. And then you just want to carry on gluing the pieces of wood together. So while I'm doing this, I'll just mention again, if you've not seen any of my videos before, I'm now going to be doing my main crafts on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. And then on Sundays, it will be the Countdown to Halloween series that I'm doing, which will be all Halloween crafts. And that'll be up until the end of October. And then it'll be replaced with the Countdown to Christmas crafts. And then on Thursdays, I'll be doing a haul or a vlog or some kind of video like that. And that'll be my upload schedule for now until whenever I run out of ideas or I decide to do something different. So yeah, it'd be great, again, if you've not subscribed and you don't want to miss any of the videos, if you could subscribe. So after we've stuck all the pieces of wood together, the next step is we're going to wrap the hoops in the wool that you've decided to use. I decided in the end to do the pink, and I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue to glue the wool at the starting point. Now, it doesn't matter if you get it right to the end, because we're going to be covering this part of the hoop anyway. So I just used a little bit of glue and just attached the wool to the hoop. And this took about an hour to do, so if I knew it was going to take that long, I would have actually done this last night while I was watching TV. But yeah, it took me about an hour to wrap the wool all the way around the hoop. I mean, you could spray paint the hoop if you wanted, but I didn't want to use the wool. I wanted to see how the effect of it on the hoop, because I've got another idea for a craft that I want to do with these hoops and wool. So it was a way to test it out. So you just continue to wrap it around until the hoop is completely covered. And then you're going to do this all the way around the hoop. Again, it doesn't matter about the top because you won't be able to see it. And once you've done all the way around that one, you want to do exactly the same with the smaller hoop as well. So I've completely filled the hoops now with wool, and I'm just securing the end of the wool into place with a bit of glue. Again, it doesn't matter too much because you won't see this, so it'll be covered with the foliage and the flowers. And again, the same with the smaller one. And then we're ready to stick it onto the wood. So I decided which bit I wanted at the top and which bit I wanted at the bottom. And then you want to just place your hoop, and where you're deciding to put your foliage is where you're going to put the top of the hoop with the brass part, the screw. And I just quickly used a ruler to measure how far it was from each side. In the end, it was about 5 inches each way. And then I just used a pencil to mark where the screw ended, so I knew where I was going to stick the hoop. So I'm just going to cover all the way around the back of the hoop with glue. Be careful with this, I did actually burn myself while I was trying to do this bit. Really what I should have done is just put glue every now and again. Instead I decided to put it all the way around, and then when I tried to turn the hoop over I realised what I'd done, and by that point it was too late. And yeah, I burnt my fingers, so just be careful. And then I just put it where I just popped the hoop where I'd marked, and then pressed down firmly to make sure that it was stuck in place. And then you want to stick the small one in the center, and you want to put the bit where you glued your wool in the middle as close to the brass part of the bigger hoop. This is just so that the foliage will cover where you used the glue before on the wool. So once it's in place and you're happy with everything and you've taken off the bits of glue that's showing, we can start adding the foliage and the flowers. So normally I cut out this bit. I show you roughly the beginning of where I start and the end, but I never really show you me doing the flowers. So for this video I decided that I would actually record the whole thing of me actually popping the flowers in place. I have sped it up and I've added some music. So if you can let me know, do you prefer if I cut this bit out, or do you want to see actually how I do the flower arrangements? If you could let me know, because then I know for future reference if you want me to cut it out or if you want me to keep it in. So, but for this one I have kept it in. So all I did was I started off with some of the green foliage, and I placed it first where I wanted it, and then decided once I was happy with that I would just glue it in place with some hot glue. And then I thought about using some dark leaves, and I wasn't actually too keen on them in the end. I decided to take them out. And I just kept building it up, started with greenery, and then once I was happy with how much greenery there was on it, I then started to add a few flowers. So I will let you listen to some music and just watch for now, and I'll catch you towards the end of the video. So now that I'd finished the bottom part of the ring, I decided to add a little bit extra onto the top of the ring, and I just did exactly the same as what I did on the bottom. I started off with the lighter green foliage, and I just pop that into place. And then I added some more of the other green leaves. And then just added one of the white roses. And one of the blossoms to finish it off. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Wednesday I'll be doing another craft video. It's going to be something with photo frames and toilet rolls, and of course some spray paint and my trusty glue gun. I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, I've been really looking forward to doing this one. So Wednesdays is going to be a good one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I again, give it a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll see you in the next one. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's on the wall. I just used some blue tack just so I could show you, and then took it down. Like I said, it's not going to be there, but if you are hanging it up, just make sure you put some hooks in the sides or the top. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. So this is what it looks like on the wall. And then I remembered that I had some white like doves, some birds. So I just placed them on them so you can have a look what they look like with the birds. I actually think I prefer it without the birds. I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments which you prefer, with the birds or without. And yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.